everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with a little-ish art supply haul. Again, we have been to the Bösner. Again, it is not sponsored. I bought some gouache colors because that is a medium that I wanted to start with for the longest time now. Let's get started. Okay, being me, I made a bunch of notes for each color or each brand that I purchased. I also swatched all of them. I wanted to buy about 6 colors, and what I did purchase was 26. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. First of all, the first set of gouache colors that I ever bought was from Reese's? No, Reeves. Reese's is something to eat. The thing was that they were very liquid. So if you're looking for something that's more along the lines of watercolor, and if you want to use more layers and have a kind of translucent feel to them, Reeves isn't that bad. But that wasn't what I was going for, so I went out and purchased other colors. The ones that I personally found to be the best were the Winsor & Newton designer gouache. I know they have the acrylic ones, which are very famous all over the internet currently, but I didn't find a shop here in Vienna where I could purchase them. So I had to go with the designer's gouache, and wow, big love. They're smooth. They're very opaque, bright colors, highly pigmented, easy flow. Anything else I missed? Price-wise, they were in the mid-section, so they were between 4 and 9 euros. That's about something like $5 and $10-ish. So yeah, I got 12 colors. Out of 26, 12 were from Winsor & Newton, and there wasn't a single one, if I look at the swatches here, there wasn't a single one that I wasn't happy with. I started to use the sepia one for outlines. The first thing that I painted was a parrot in a jungle, so hence a lot of green tones. I needed a very intense red, very intense blue, and all of the Winsor & Newton ones were really, really good. If you want to start out somewhere, pick the Winsor & Newtons. Winsor & Newton. Second one, if you don't have Winsor & Newton, second one is Talens. Talens, also very smooth, also very highly pigmented. I use the white everywhere, even in my watercolor paintings. If you watch any older videos and you ask yourself, what is she using to paint the stars? It's the Talens gouache. They're a bit more on the chalky side. So if you like to have a very matte look to your artwork, the Talens are maybe a little bit better for you than the Winsor & Newton. Price-wise, they are around the 6 to 11 euros. I was pretty happy with all of those that I purchased, except for the permanent rose, because that one was very liquid, I would say. So it takes a lot of layering to have a very opaque look. Any other color was just beautiful. Next one that I purchased was the Dale Rowney. I only had one color with Dale Rowney. It was a green. It was the Dale Rowney designer gouache Viridian 381. And I have to say, Dale Rowney, you have it down with having the color of the label match the color that's in the tube, which is so rare. It has almost the exact same tint. And I love that. It's great. Dale Rowney midsection, this green was €6.50. €6.50, yes. Also color, smooth, highly tinted. Good. Next one, Schminke Horadam. Thick color. I really had to push hard to get the color out of the tube. And it's a lot more expensive. So that tells me that you get a lot more out of the color. So you can water it down and it's still very, very, very opaque. I would say I would use the Schminke for dry brushing if you like that kind of layered texture. It's also, as I've said, very thick, very pasty. So it's not the most even look on the paper if you start layering with that. Keep that in mind. But otherwise, the watered down version just worked beautiful with all the leaves, also mixing with other colors, no problem whatsoever. A little bit more on the pricey side, as I said. So they were between 7 and 15 euros per 30 milliliters. Is it 30? Is it 20? It's 20. Never mind. No, it's 15. Whoa, 15 milliliters. And next one up is also Schminke, but this time it's the Schminke Designer Gouache, which is less expensive, not as pasty, and also there's less color variety. So the Horadam, I feel, has a lot more hues for you to choose. The Designer Gouache wants you to mix your own colors. You get a lot of more bang for your buck. So these are the ones with the 20 milliliters, and they are between 5 and 10 euros. And then the surprise contender in this unannounced competition was Liquitex. Never seen them before. Pretty colors. Very, very, very opaque, very smooth. Also, since they come, since they come in this kind of applicator, it's very easy to measure the amount, to get the right amount out of the tube. That's not a tube, the container. They're also, once they're dry, you can lift them up when applying water again pretty easily. So price-wise, they are also in the midsection, but I have to say, these are 59 milliliters, and this one was 8 euros, so something around nine bucks. You get a lot of color for your money. So they are between 8 and 12 euros. I don't know what to tell you except for get it if you see them, and if you are someone who uses a lot of color because you paint large paintings, and I think they might be your new favorite thing. I love them, really. Just a surprise. Very, very, very good. So, is there anything that I wasn't very happy with? There's only one color. I have here the Hooker's Green. I don't know who picked that name. Maybe choose another one. But that was the only color in here that maybe needed a second layer of application or mix it with white. So it could be that kind of matte and intense color. But again, they're not expensive, so there's not much for me to, point fingers and judge. That was the gouache, my people. Next up, I got a new sketchbook. This is the Crescent Render No Bleed sketchbook. If you don't like a kind of intense smelling sketchbook, maybe this is not for you, but I love it. It smells like vanilla ice cream, I think. I don't know what's with the paper, but it does not bleed through. So what I tested here in this corner here, can you see it? There's a little black dot, and this is a Sharpie, and it does not, I hit myself in the eye, it does not show on the other side whatsoever. Nothing, none, no. I don't know what's in the paper. It has a slight grayish tint in there, not really like recycled paper, because that tends to be very grayish, but it has some kind of texture. I don't know what they put into the paper, but it works. It works. So this will be my new sketchbook. It has a very silky soft feel. It lays flat. We will be good buddies. We will good buddies. Next up is this 10 by 10 centimeters stretch canvas. €1.10. I want to use this one for a little artwork that I want to do for my new pink wall. I need some flowers there, so there will be some flowers on here. Maybe you'll see that in a let's draw together in a new video. Maybe. Next up. Sculpey. Clay pins. People are all over the place, and I want to have my own. Maybe they're flowers, maybe they will be little ladies, maybe they will be frogos. I don't know yet. We'll see. And they will be up in the shop and probably in a video. Next up, air drying modeling clay. Also for my new art wall, maybe it's going to be an animal headpiece, very simplistic, very kawaii, something very cute. Maybe a cat, maybe a tiger, maybe a wolf, who knows? Anything else I missed? Yes, this here. This here, I don't know the brand. I'll look up what the name is of this one on the website, but this is a container to put your cute new acrylic colors into so they won't dry. And people, they stayed moist is like the right word. I don't know, the colors didn't dry overnight. It stayed, I mean, they're still, you can't tell, they're still liquid up here and here and here. So if you're someone who works with watercolor, not watercolor, if you're somebody who works with gouache, well, maybe watercolor as well. Because very often it happens to me that I put too much color onto the palette and then it dries and then it's just not the same. If you have to reawaken it with water, it's just sometimes not as useful anymore. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, so I think that was it, people. This is my little art haul for this week. And next week we will draw something, promise, okay? Thank you so much for watching. We will see each other soon. Bye-bye. Acrylic gouaches, and they are so easy to work with. Spoiler or warning, I should say. Jetzt geht die Sonne wieder weg. Ah! Was ist das für ein Kack? Jedes Mal. Okay, wir warten. La 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 la. Bleibt das jetzt so? Mal echt. Okay. Danke, Gatto.